Hello, everyone. Welcome to Chasing English. If you want to read, listen, and practice English, you are in the right place. Every day, you can improve your English by reading stories, listening carefully, shadowing, copying what you hear, and practicing your reflexes with us at Chasing English. Remember, learning a new language is a journey. Take one small step every day, and you will get better. Today, I want to share a very special story. This story is about Daniel. Daniel is a young man who had a big dream. He wanted to see the world and visit Paris, the beautiful city with the famous Eiffel Tower. Daniel is 25 years old. He comes from a small town. When Daniel was a child, he always dreamed of traveling. He wanted to visit big cities, see famous places, and learn about new cultures. But in Daniel's town, most people did not talk about dreams like this. Many people stayed in the town, found jobs close to home, and lived simple lives. But Daniel was different. He wanted more. He wanted to try new things and make his life special. One day, Daniel watched a video about Paris. He saw the Eiffel Tower, pretty streets, and small, lovely cafes. Paris looked magical. At that moment, Daniel said to himself, "I want to go to Paris." But there was a problem. Daniel did not speak English well, and he did not know any French. He felt worried. How could he travel to Paris if he could not speak the language? Daniel shared his dream with his parents, but they did not understand at first. His mom said, "Paris? How will you go there? You do not speak English very well." His dad added, "Why not stay here and focus on your job?" But Daniel did not give up. He believed in his dream. Every day, he talked to his parents about Paris. He promised them that he would work hard, learn English, and one day he would go to Paris for a new adventure. At first, his parents were not sure, but Daniel wanted to show them he was serious. One day, Daniel picked up his phone, opened an English book, and started reading out loud in front of his parents. He practiced new words and sentences. He was nervous, but he did not stop. Slowly, his parents saw that Daniel really wanted to follow his dream. That night, he sat with his mom and dad and said, "I really want to go to Paris. This is my dream, and I will make it happen." To his surprise, his mom smiled. She said, "If this is your dream, then go for it." His dad nodded. For the first time, Daniel felt that his family believed in him. Now Daniel had hope. He knew it would not be easy, but with his parents' support, he was ready to begin his big journey. After Daniel's parents supported his dream, his life became very busy. Daniel made a plan. He wanted to study at a university in Paris. He also needed money for his trip, so he found a part-time job. Most important of all, Daniel started to practice English every day. Daniel made a simple routine to help himself get better at English. In the morning, he read English books or newspapers out loud. In the afternoon, he listened to English podcasts or watched English movies. He wanted to hear how people really spoke. In the evening, he wrote short stories in English. He tried to use new words and practice his writing. Some days, Daniel made mistakes. Sometimes he could not remember the right word, or he felt embarrassed. But Daniel did not give up. He remembered that mistakes are part of learning. Each time he tried, he became a little more confident. Many months passed. Daniel sent an application to a university in Paris. One day, he opened his email and saw a message. He was accepted. Daniel was so happy, he could not believe it. His dream was starting to come true. The day Daniel left for Paris, he felt excited and nervous. His parents helped him pack his bags. His mom gave him a small notebook and said, "Write down everything you learn and everything you see in Paris." At the airport, Daniel hugged his parents and said, "I will make you proud." When the airplane took off, Daniel looked out the window. He felt his heart beat fast. "This is it," he thought. "My dream is really coming true." After a long flight, Daniel arrived in Paris. Everything was new and exciting. He saw busy streets, tall buildings, and people speaking French everywhere. Daniel felt a little lost, but also very happy. He quickly learned that he needed to use English everywhere, in cafes, in shops, and even on the street. The first time Daniel tried to order a coffee, he was so nervous. He spoke slowly and made a mistake, but the cashier just smiled and said, "No problem. Take your time." That night, Daniel sat by the window of his small apartment and looked at the Eiffel Tower shining in the distance. He thought about his long journey. He had made it to Paris, but now a new adventure was beginning. The next morning, Daniel woke up in his new apartment in Paris. The sun was shining through the window. Outside, he heard the sounds of the city, people talking, cars passing by, and sometimes the beep of a horn. Everything felt exciting, but also a little scary. Daniel knew he had to use English every day now. It was not just about learning, it was about living. Daniel's first big challenge was to buy food. He needed to go shopping at the local market. To help himself, he wrote a shopping list in his notebook. He wrote every item first in his own language, then translated each word into English. Apples, bread, milk, cheese. He took a deep breath and went to the market. When Daniel walked into the store, he felt nervous. There were many people, and everyone moved quickly. Daniel walked to the fruit stand and said, "Excuse me." The shopkeeper looked at him. "How much is this apple?" Daniel asked. The woman did not understand at first, so Daniel repeated his question, trying to speak clearly. This time, she smiled and answered, €1. Daniel felt so happy. He had used English and got an answer. After that, Daniel bought the rest of his groceries, practicing English with each person he met. Each time he asked a question or said, "Thank you," he felt a little more confident. He even asked for a bag in English, and the cashier smiled at him. That day, Daniel felt proud. He knew he was not perfect, but he was trying. That was the most important thing. The next day, Daniel decided to join an English class. He found a language school near his apartment. The school felt friendly and safe. People from many countries were there: Spain, Japan, Brazil, Russia. Everyone wanted to learn English, just like Daniel. Daniel signed up for the beginner class. The teacher, Miss Sarah, was kind and patient. She spoke slowly and used simple words. At first, Daniel felt shy because some students spoke better English than him. But Miss Sarah said, "Don't worry, Daniel. Everyone learns at their own speed. Just keep practicing and you will get better." Her words helped Daniel feel calm. Daniel listened carefully, took notes, and practiced after class. Every day, he listened to English podcasts, repeated new words, and tried to use them in real life. He was not alone. He was making new friends too. As the weeks passed, Daniel started to feel more comfortable in Paris. He began to make new friends in his English class. One of his new friends was Maria, a student from Brazil. Maria was friendly and always smiled. She had also learned English for some time, so she became Daniel's study partner. Daniel and Maria studied together almost every day. Sometimes they sat at a small cafe near the school. They practiced speaking English, wrote new words in their notebooks, and even laughed at their funny mistakes. Maria always said, "Don't worry, Daniel. Mistakes help us learn." Daniel started to believe her. He saw that every mistake made him stronger and more confident. Outside of class, Daniel tried to use English in all situations. He ordered food at restaurants, asked for help on the street, and talked to people in the park. Sometimes people did not understand him right away, but they were patient and kind. Every small conversation was a victory for Daniel. One afternoon, Daniel went to a cafe to read a book in English. He sat by the window and watched people walk by. A woman sat next to him. She was also reading the same book in English. Daniel was surprised and said, "Excuse me, I am reading the same book. How do you like it?" The woman smiled and replied in perfect English, "Oh, it's wonderful. What part are you on?" They started talking about the book, then about Paris, travel, and life. For the first time, Daniel had a real conversation in English. He was so happy. They exchanged phone numbers and promised to meet again. From that day, Daniel felt even more excited about learning English. He realized that English was not just a subject in school, it was the key to making friends, exploring the city, and understanding the world. Every day, Daniel could see his English skills improving. He was less nervous, and he understood more and more when people talked to him. Soon, Daniel was not just living in Paris. He was living his dream. He was speaking English, making friends from many countries, and feeling at home in a new place. He knew there would be more challenges, but now Daniel was not afraid. He believed in himself and his dream. A few months later, Daniel received a message from Miss Sarah, his English teacher. She asked Daniel to speak to new students at the language school. At first, Daniel felt nervous. He had never spoken to a big group in English before. But then he remembered how far he had come. He wanted to help others who were starting their English journey. On the day of the event, Daniel stood in front of the new students. He took a deep breath and smiled. Hello, everyone. My name is Daniel. 1 year ago, I was just like you. I was scared. My English was not good, but I worked hard, made mistakes, and never gave up. Now I live in Paris. I speak English, and I feel confident. If I can do it, you can do it too. The students listened closely. Some took notes. After Daniel finished speaking, everyone clapped. Daniel felt proud. He knew that sharing his story could help others be brave and keep learning. After the event, Daniel decided to help more people. He volunteered at a community center, teaching English to new arrivals in Paris. He told them, "It's okay to make mistakes. Just keep practicing and never stop believing in yourself." Daniel felt happy. He was not only living his dream, he was helping others to reach their dreams too. One day, Daniel walked through the streets of Paris. He saw the Eiffel Tower and thought about his first days in the city. He remembered how scared he was, and now he felt strong and full of hope. He wanted everyone to know, if you believe in yourself and never give up, you can change your life. Thank you for listening to Daniel's story on Chasing English. Remember, learning English is not easy, but every small step counts. Read every day, listen to new words, practice shadowing, and try to speak as much as you can. You will make mistakes, but that's okay. Mistakes help you grow. Never give up on your dreams, and always believe in yourself. If Daniel can do it, so can you. If you like this story, please subscribe to Chasing English for more stories, lessons, and inspiration. Let's learn together every day. See you in the next story. Keep practicing and keep chasing your English dreams.